Right then, guys, let's jump in, shall we? Sort my tunes out. Quite enjoying the tunes there. Right then. The Bulls in trouble here. What is happening? What is happening? Hope everyone's alright. What's up, Rude Soup? Late bear snack here. Sin's in. Jailer, FMC, Max is in. What's up? When Moon, we don't give a shit about Moon or trenches in here, sir. We are just fucking trading, aren't we? We don't have crystal balls and like these cunts on Twitter who say we're going to 70k next or 150k, 300k. We are traders and we'll trade the data as we see it. What's up, Sercam? Game over. Sin says it's game over. Yeah, well, to be honest, I mean, if you want, if you watched the video earlier and you had a look at that weekly chart, it makes you want to puke, doesn't it? So what we're going to do today is we're mainly going to concentrate on BTC. There are some okay levels coming in on alts, as you can see, all a little bit lower, it does have to be said. ETH a little bit lower, Sol maybe a little bit lower, and then if you just have a look at this chart here, we are going to zoom into this and check it out, but 85k. So Perps had 86k from yesterday, actually. This 85k here has been there for a little while. It wasn't a very big level, to be honest, but it has just been, as you can see, it has just been reinforced slightly, okay? So whoever was wanting a bid at 82, they've said, okay, maybe 85 then, okay? So 85k has been a little bit reinforced, and this is why I never really like to say, oh, right, we're going to 75k next, or this is it, this is the bottom, we're going to, you know, 95k next or whatever. You know, you've just got to play it session by session, day by day, and you know, you stay dynamic, to be honest. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, so just having a look right here right now, where have we come from? Very quickly, I think we all know, but let me just go to a 15-minute chart. We'll cover this very quickly because we obviously want to see what data is happening right now, because everybody wants to 1000x long, don't you? Right, so here's last Friday. Okay, very nice and easy. Offers got pulled down from 100k and started attacking price action, okay? That was an area we were looking at all week last week to get short, okay? Don't be a breakout trader on trend lines or anything and get long in these kind of zones, okay? It's a take profit on longs, hedge or get short, okay? This for us last Friday was an absolute beautiful short. If you had a look at ETH as well, just very quickly, ETH was just getting absolutely smashed, and this was even before the hack data, okay? That was interesting. Didn't notice that one over the weekend. Went and clipped that over the weekend. But yeah, that's where we've come from. I think we all know that, okay? Just something else of note as well, why it was a good idea to hold that short. If you were short from last week, as we entered the weekend, there was absolutely no bid whatsoever from the Perps boys and girls, okay? They were just not interested in the slightest. What we're wicking down to there, that's all right. They were not interested in the slightest, okay? So if you're short from up here, just manage that trade, chill out over the weekend. Perps were aggressively bringing these offers down, okay, to try and fill Perps offers and chasing price down. Then even if you wake up on Monday, do not mess about when these guys and girls get involved, okay? Even on Monday, more offers added in that 96k area, and boom, there we go. All right, so nice idea for me personally to take a bit of profit down here, and even yesterday said to the guys, maybe take a bit of profit, leave a little bit on just in case we nuke further down. We are meeting demand now. What we need to address now is it enough? All right, so let's start off and see what the spot exchanges are doing for a kickoff, okay? So woke up this morning, woke up from nice bid in the Asian Open last night, but really it didn't really achieve much. You just got this shitty rounded bounce and break and crack your first level of interest, okay? So first level of interest when I woke up, 90k. If you're playing in this zone, that's going to be invalidation. Nick goes for a run, fucking comes back, and we've smashed it. All right, so then said to the lads in the chat, okay, look, I don't care, but I'm still going to try longs in this zone. I'm not going to be a cunt and just long every dip, okay? You've got to manage your risk. You've got to long into these zones when you get the BTC diamonds, but I'm quite happy to trade and play longs in these zones, okay? I think we potentially still can come down lower, and there's a couple of things I can show you for that. But you've just got to think about timing and stuff, you know. Do we float up here for 24, 48 hours? Do you want to sit on your hands and just not play this? You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Or do you want to get involved? What kind of trader are you? You know, I like to get involved. And even though I potentially think that we could come shorter, we're obviously seeing these levels. There's your 85, and then we do have some levels lower. I'm not one really personally to think, you know, you will have heard me say this before. What's up, Swap? What's up, Yug? But you'll have heard me say this before. I'm not one when we come into these demand zones to then say, I think price can go lower. I'm going to start shorting down here. Okay, I think that's a ridiculous way of thinking, to be honest. But that is just me personally. I would rather take a bit of profit on those shorts, and then I'm watching the data. Okay, I'm not going to get overly bullish. You probably know me by now. I never particularly get bullish or bearish, despite whatever memes I may post. I don't actually give a flying fuck. I'm just trading what I see, and I'm up for a bit of long exposure here, okay? With bearing in mind, we're like, you know, not much time into the US session, so we need to see what volume comes in here, and see if they want to hold this 85k level, okay? This is really your next zone to do some business in. Euro session we've had some bid, but this, you know, 85k is really your next area to do some business. What you will notice on the aggregated order book is it's not been amazing, okay? So really 500 mil aggregated. I've got most exchanges on here. I've just taken a couple off, but they don't really make a difference, okay? But the main top exchanges that we've got in the order book, for 500, we just hit a 600 mil aggregated order book there. So not bad, but if you're familiar with the console, you'll know it's not quite super uber, you know, full on risk on. Let's enter everything, sell the house, and swing long this. So we still got potential to come down a bit and fill this up. If we can get 1 billion aggregated depth, then that's going to be a lot better, okay? Do we get that again? Is the cycle over? Are we in a bear market? Do we give a shit? You'll give a shit to manage your spot positions, obviously, but if you just day trade in this, no, not really. Okay, right, what are other exchanges doing? Right, Coinbase Pro, these guys probably don't throw enough volume in at the minute to move the market like Bybit and Binance do, and maybe a couple of others, but they certainly seem to be on the right side of the trade with regard to the order books, okay? So again, they're wanting 85k, okay? They're really bid here. You had some 90 ratios from Coinbase Pro there. Bitfinex perps have been quite bullish. Okay, I've seen some long short ratios from Bitfinex perps saying that they're getting involved as well. Doesn't mean to say you can't just drop further and fill all that demand. What's KuCoin doing? Yeah, again, you know, the bid here on spot. This is all nice to see on spot, okay? It's all very nice to see. Gemini Twins getting involved as well. So there's some bid all round on spot, okay? 85k, this zone is your area to play with. The main thing you want to be looking at, though, really is you want the perps, boys and girls, involved, to be honest. Max says, why is Coinbase Pro BTC so empty? They only have like 15. I don't know. You'd have to ask them, Max. Give them a ring. Get them on the phone. Get Baldy Brown on the phone. See what's going on. Well, I'm saying Coinbase Pro. That's USD. Yeah, Coinbase Pro, and then USDT Coinbase Pro there. Yeah, don't know. Maybe they know something we do and they're waiting for lower. But yeah, something to be said here, obviously, about the perps market, and this is the one you really want to be watching, okay? Because the spot buyers can step in here, and it's absolutely fine. They can fill some bid here and sit a couple of percent underwater. But your perps traders are the ones who are going to get, like when we had the offer side here, okay? The perps traders are the ones who are going to get really dynamic and now give you a little bit of direction if spot are filling, okay? So you really want perps on your side to start pushing this, okay? They've got a slight level there at 85 again, okay? So we're building a bit of a picture here, but again, it's not much of a level, all right? It's still not much of a level for perps there. I've seen better, okay? But yeah, we'll see what we get today. There's a couple of other things we can look at, obviously. Okay, so volume, let's run through these quickly before we go anything else. We can cover this quite quick. We've got no 15-minute bullish divergences at the minute. If you go to lower time frames, you're probably building something. Yeah, you're probably going to start to build something here if we start to fill this zone. So that's something to watch. And of note as well, again, if you're familiar with this template, your open interest, LS ratio, and funding rate is all coming down to a very nice cluster. Okay, down here. Nice to see it, isn't it? Okay, so, but yeah, no, you know, I'm liking longs down here, but I have to say I'm not 100% conviction, right, this is it, this is the bottom. I would never profess to call a bottom anyway. I tend to just get in the trade, and it moves in my direction. And then you can go on Twitter and post memes and say I called the bottom. Isn't that the way people always do it? It's just a trade, isn't it? All right, but this is our working area. Sold off. Let's see if we can catch a bit further demand down here as we aggregated 560 at the minute, and see what we get. Okay, something else to look at on the higher time frame as we come down. If we had to come down any further, let me just zoom out a little bit and show you this fucking horrible. It's actually a rounded top range now, isn't it? Disgusting. Look out below. No, I'm only joking. Right, liquidity chart then. We have wiped a lot of orders out the books. As you can see, the spot orders have come down now. Perps market has come down, and that open interest has come down nice as well. Okay, so spot is almost down to that green boundary that I've got there. I'm not sure if it is going to hit it. At this upper level here, if you're unfamiliar with this template, just go check out Liquidity King on my playlist. Okay, but this template here, really want to be risk on in these zones, to be honest. Okay, so this isn't going to give you exact entry, but you want to be looking for a little bit of risk on in these zones. Okay, spot could come down a little bit further, and perps could come down a little bit further. You can see the parameters where we have dropped to previously for really good risk on zones. Okay, so just to bear in mind, the higher time frame liquidity chart, it is coming down. It's looking healthier. If you're still in the frame of mind that we are bullish higher time frame and can potentially move up. All right, guys. What else do I need to look at? Let me have a quick look at funding rate on a 1 hour basis. Let's check that. Yeah, not too bad. Open interest coming down. Demand volumes a little bit light. We're just entering the US session. Funding bit neutral, isn't it? Not negative. Open interest, we flushed open interest yesterday and into the weekend anyway from last Friday on that on the hack, the Korean hackers, if it was the North Koreans, flushed a load of interest on all markets, to be honest. And yeah, I expect it's going to be pretty low now anyway, like we saw on the Volume King template. All right, so everything kind of seems to be cooling down a little bit. The only thing I would say is we need a bit more demand, really. If the demand starts to get really aggressive, the demand starts to get aggressive. I mean, you'll see right here, right now. So we've had 2 BTC diamonds, but they are failing at the minute. Okay, so sellers have still been slinging price down. 2 BTC diamonds, 56 ratio on spot at the minute. Coinbase Pro with a 65, not showing on my overlay because I have a 70 overlay. So yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit lower. Very easy to manage trades if you are a bit risk on from here. But yeah, spot are buying. But look, perps are a little bit wiped out, to be honest, aren't they? You can just see here. You don't even need the chart open, to be honest, but just look at the ratios here. A little bit wiped out, aren't they? So, okay, we're going to have to see, aren't we? All right. Now, okay, so the template I'd opened earlier was just general top level. Let's have a quick look at that and have a look at some of our biggest levels, because it doesn't matter what you are looking at. All right, what kind of crystal ball, TA analysis you have got. If you haven't got a bid, it ain't going to move, is it? All right, so we need a little bit more bid. Biggest level right now, 85k. I don't really like trading on round numbers, so probably either just front runs that a little bit or slices through it. We're just going to have to see the data today, aren't we? We'll go and have a look at what Stonk market is doing in a second. But these are your biggest levels, okay? So 85k, 82k was a big level. You have got 77k as well, or 78k. Okay, that is, I'm going to kill myself for saying this. I was about to say that's a little bit too far away for me to think about. But given the current market conditions, if we get there in the next 15 minutes, you can all call me out on it. All right. So we've got a couple of big levels to play. And again, very easy to manage risk from these zones. But those are your key levels. If I go and look at order book changes just to finish off Bitcoin here, because it's quite simple, really. You've got big liquidity gaps, okay, under 88 basically, and this might be from this morning. What did we wick down to? 86, yeah, 87. So this could be from this morning, to be honest. But you do have some big liquidity gaps leading down to 85. So you've got a liquidity gap there, 86.2 to 86.4, and then this one here is probably from this morning. So you could go and take out these Euro session traders here. Down to 87.3. All right, to the top side, we're not moving that way yet, so I tend to look at the order book changes and the liquidity when we're actually moving in that direction. You know, it's kind of like, which way is price trying to move? Okay, it's moving down. Where can it possibly go to? Okay, so then you look at the order blocks, you look at the liquidity gaps. Have we any bid there? If we're moving up like we did on Friday, okay, so when we were moving up Friday, up to here, first thing I did, posted for the guys, I said, really, you want to be looking at about just a tickle over 99.5, and there was a big liquidity gap over at 99.5. If you watched the video earlier, I showed that and said, look, that is your best risk reward short. Okay, it's probably a bit of wick space up there. If we get some aggressive selling up there, like you can see just right here, then that's going to be the best R&R short. All right, guys, so when price is moving in one direction, that's when I kind of, you know, like to see, okay, where can it go? You know, if we hit this, start to reverse up, if, that's a big if, because the bulls are being absolute pussies at the minute. If we start to move up, then I'll look at these areas, okay, probably on a higher time frame as well, because we have been moving down for a good few days. So I'd probably move to a higher time frame on the OBC and have a look at what liquidity gaps we have got above. All right, Vendetta, do these long buy walls serve as plunge protection if they usually get filled? Okay, so plunge protection, you're basically looking at some entities, okay, whether that's one big trader or whether generally if you see it on perps, it could be the broker. They're just resting limit orders, okay, so plunge protection, yeah, maybe, you know, but you just see them as the big order blocks, okay. You know, when you're looking at spot market as well, they can fill, and yeah, you can slice right through them, to be honest. So that is why, if we just go back to the order flow here, okay, when we trade these levels like this one here, that's obviously failed for now, okay, failed, but you know, it doesn't always have to. What you want to see is you want to see these levels fill or hold, but you want these overlays on them, because that's telling you, the overlays telling you that there's good bid ratios, okay? Drop into the Academy and see DK's course on the Academy, okay? On how to read the ratios and how to set them up for yourselves, okay? But in these zones, okay, so this level gives you your zone, and then you want to see good demand on it, okay? So you're looking at your ratios here and you're saying, yeah, okay, people are interested here, there's bid here. There's a big top level, this massive resting limit order, that's all good in the hood, okay, so this is the working area. But yeah, of course these levels can fail. Plunge protection there, yeah, I don't know, yeah. Because I saw previous videos, some TRDR people put stop loss a few ticks below, above, yeah, you can do that. It's a good way of doing it. I would go for about 2.5% personally, especially on altcoins. Altcoins can fail more often, okay, and altcoins can really grab liquidity as well. So you'll find that sometimes your altcoins will really smash those levels, take all the liquidity below the levels, and then they'll end up reversing, which can sometimes be a good trade in itself. Right, so another BTC Diamond there, 76 ratio. Spotter bidding, perps bidding with a 40 ratio, 39-40 ratio, so not bad. Let's go to a 5-minute chart, because I'm on a, yeah, so not bad. Let's see if the bulls want it. enough here, right now then. So yeah, I mean, we're going to concentrate on BTC a little bit, obviously, today, because the big dog BTC is going to lead the way for the rest of the market, isn't it, to be honest? So we need to concentrate on BTC. It's fine to look at alts and, you know, have a look at where we could potentially go. As in, if you look at Sol here, there is demand lower. I have to say, this is quite a messy order book for Sol. And it has had a couple of offers above it. If you're looking at Sol, really, if BTC is going to drop a bit and fill that 85, you need to be looking down here for that 130 on Sol, to be honest. Let's have a look at Perps. Have they got anything? Yeah, you need to be looking down into that 130 zone for Sol. I'm personally not too interested in most of the altcoins, but I will have a look at some of the majors today. If BTC decides that it wants to have a little bit of mean reversion and pull up, it doesn't want to at the minute, does it? USA guys are not happy where we are. Similar with ETH. Okay, so look, what you can see here is ETH has failed these levels earlier. It actually, this morning when I woke up, ETH was miles away from any of its order blocks down here when I woke up this morning. So I was looking at BTC for a bit of risk on, had to kill that position. But there's no way, to be honest, I wanted to trade any other alts. For me, there's, you know, when BTC's looking like it does like this sometimes, I don't particularly want to just start looking at everything and going, hey, we're in demand, let's fucking long everything. There's absolutely no point. Sometimes you get days like this where the order books and the bid just gets really filled out, and you have to get really deep cut lower. But ETH right here right now, obviously it's going to follow BTC. So if BTC drops a bit and finds demand reverses, ETH's just going to follow, isn't it? But there's some really nice large orders down here, okay, at this 2200 and 2150, okay? So someone's very interested in this lower end area on ETH, so that could be quite nice. I noticed XRP as well. Someone pointed out to us, if you're interested in XRP, I don't know why the fuck you would be. It's an absolute lizard Illuminati coin, and they hold about 80% of the supply. But if you're just trading it, that's fine. But yeah, $2. Okay, so $2, and then just below there as well, you've got some nice spot demand on XRP. Other coins, I have to say I've not really looked at many of the other alts, but we can do. If you guys have spotted anything or you need us to go have a look at anything, then just give us a shout in the chat and we'll go and have a look. Some guys were pointing out some of the ACT was still holding that perps demand that it's had forever. Little bit messy, but it is what it is. This is more what I would call kind of plunge protection, but it is actually floating up for it. Mask as well. This kind of stuff on perps looks a little bit more plunge protection. I would more favor an altcoin failing these levels. I mean, it can go. I think this is a very easy risk reward long, okay, if this is a single entity deciding that they're just very bullish on mask. But this looks a bit more kind of plunge protection to me, and I could see it just rip these levels down, despite the fact it has actually held this level through all the volatility over the last few days. So that's nice. Let's have a look at Doge. Yeah, no one's interested in Doge. There's not much bid on Doge. Other assets, Sue has been quite nice. Demand zone on Sue, yeah, you're building a bit of a picture here, right? So a little bit lower, 2.5, that's quite nice. We actually had a nice short on Sue over the weekend. Shorted this one on Sue over the weekend, took profit into these lows, then it actually rose up in the Asian sessions. This was Sunday's open and back down. So if you're trading Sue, get your alerts on, because it's got really nice order books. Obviously it's smashing the bid side now, because everything else is, yeah, so just bear that in mind with your lower liquidity, lower volume alts. Okay, they are going to do whatever BTC does, aren't they? Okay, so what is BTC doing? Quick flick back. Yeah, let's fill this zone out. 85k invalidation, bring it down. Let's see if they want to hold this area. 765 aggregated book depth, that's spot and perp, so not too bad at the minute. Let's bring it down a little bit. Crypto gods, please, for better risk reward. 94 ratio on Coinbase Pro, absolute beaut. So yeah, nice. Yeah, happy to play this zone. Get a little bit lower if we can, and then it's going to infinity after this. All right, notice, and I'll show you some levels in a second. Yeah, happy to play this zone. Bring it down a little bit. Best, this is your working zone. Yeah, 90 ratio, 86 on spot, 46 on perps. Let's do some business. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, a little bit further. Little bit further. Tease it. If Max says, if BTC starts going upwards, Sue will start a little rocket again. Yeah, another one to look at is TAO is really nice as well, trading at the minute. Again, you've got a load of alerts here for the downside. It's been smashed to bits. But everything else has over the last few days, okay? We've had some really, really easy short side trades, I would say, over the last week or so. Last week, I actually sat on my hands for what was, you know, potentially a 5% move up, just because I wanted to short BTC back down. And we didn't get that until Friday, so I actually didn't trade for 2 days, was away from desk, and then shorted BTC on Friday. Really, really enjoy the price action when it's nice and comfy like that, to be honest. Come on, BTC. Come on. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. What's Perps doing? 45 ratio. Nice, nice, nice. 84, 74 on Bitstamp. Not too fussed about them. What's their level at there? 86. Okay. Okay, 84. Let's go lower time frame. Yep, I think we're looking all right here. 84, 756. Yeah, so drop in the chat. Let us know if there's anything we need to look at together, obviously. As I said, there are some good alts out there that are looking all right. Just adjusting my orders while I do this with you. Yeah, I think that's quite nice, actually. Nice, easy invalidation here on the coins. Right, let's go. Let's go. I'm bloody running 2 exchanges here. Eight, 4, 7. That's nice. Let's go. Yep, cool, cool, cool. If Doff is in the chat, he'll know that I normally have my broker exchanges closed when I'm live streaming, because it just lags the stream a little bit. So right, let's have a look at TradingView, then just let me know if the stream is all okay and running all right and everything. So yeah, here we go. Here's some levels. I'm just on the 1 hour chart. That was our short. Absolute rotation down. Here we are now. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we've got a BTC daily 200 MA, a little bit lower, 85,671. Do I really care about that? No. We've just hit a weekly NPOC if you're a bit of a data nerd and into that, and obviously we're trading under all levels. Okay, so this first zone here where the daily open was 91.5, if you've been following for a while, is actually a zone I've been eyeballing for a while, this kind of lower liquidity level. All right, I mean, we're under all VWAPs, we're under all most moving averages and stuff. The only thing I've got of concern is how our stock's doing today. Oh, fucking hellfire, a little bit red. Great, that won't help. The only thing I've got a little bit concerned with here is, obviously on the weekly, let's just drop down quickly. On the weekly, it looks shit, doesn't it? Okay. It look, you know, every other time we've visited this zone, we've wicked back up. So I know it's only Tuesday, it's the beginning of the week, but we really do need to see some bid now and just to pull this back up. Again, if you look at the daily, you could consider this whole zone as being a range, okay? Unfortunately, that is just what it is. Range, value area low, up, value area high, sell, okay? And then we chopped for the last, you know, obviously week or so in this point of controls area. That was where our last short was. But what you could consider is this a breakdown of this range? That is what I would consider. And if this is going to be a breakdown of this range, I would want to see at least, I mean, maybe it just drops, but obviously what you need to consider, if we get a rise, I still wouldn't get too bullish. I would actually look for this area to turn resistance and supply hit. Okay, 90, call it 93.5, 94. If you then get supply in that zone and start rotating down, that ain't gonna look good, bruv. Okay, and if we just have a look at that on a 4 hour chart, you can see it a little bit more obvious here. So yeah, if you get bounces, you're either going to find resistance in this value area low, previous value area low, and start your rotations down, Or what you really want to see is, if you're a mega bull and you think this year is going to be good, is you want that to turn support again and you move onwards and upwards, just like in previous zones, like here, like here, like here, you like here. Okay, very, very easy. All right, guys, that is something to watch in the coming 24 hours if we don't just, you know, obviously giga nuke straight down. Okay, so just some classic TA. All levels are above us. Do we still have some liquidity below, down to that 85? Yeah, we could do. All right, we could do. So that, just bear that in mind. If we do get rotations up, that is something you need to obviously keep an eye on, is that, you know, what'll happen is it'll float up, it'll hit that. Let me go to where I've got the levels here. It'll kind of like, what'll happen if I'm saying if, because we're, you know, we're not we're not crystal ball shit here. If we float up from here, what'll happen is you'll get up to this area here, which I've just shown you on the TA charts, which is the weekly open, the point of control, the value area low of the previous range. If you find resistance there, okay, you'll see it in the supply from the order books. That is then, you know, higher time frame, you've got some real market structure change. Okay, you're not just in some sort of range and you're going to go back up. It's not going to look good, so you need to flip this area back to support as quick as possible and then zoom up. That looks like a UFO, doesn't it? And it's that simple, to be honest. Okay, so let's see what we get. As I say, we're going to concentrate on BTC, but if you've got any alts that we need to look at, then give me a shout. Dixie is falling, is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it might be one of them days where everything just drops a bit. I mean, we're quite early into the US session, minus 0.3%. Yeah, I guess Forex traders, that's quite a big percentage, I guess, maybe 0.3%. How many pips is that? How many pips did you get, sir? How many pips? Who gives a shit? Nvidia is down. I think it was down pre-market. S&P's down a little bit. 10 years coming down though, that's nice to see. Yeah, I mean, keeping an eye on stocks, obviously, it's all very relevant. BTC is still trading like a risk asset, isn't it? So let's see what we get here. Right, other coins. Is Fartcoin rising? No, it's not holding too bad though, actually, but I can't fucking trade that shit. Trump is doing shit. There's no bid on it. Central exchange, as you can see from the order books here, it's like people have lost interest, to be honest. Other coins, let's have a look at Stinky Links. Is there any bid below on Stinky Link? Yeah, Link's had a little bit of spot bid. You can see its main bid is a little bit lower though, like other stuff. Any other big coins moving? LTC, I've not got this in order, actually, my order book. So yeah, give us a shout if I do need to look at anything. Some of those don't load too hot. Come on, what are you doing? Yeah, some of these are still in demand zones. I don't want to get too bearish yet, to be honest. I'm up for a little bit of risk on long exposures today. Just play the charts, just play the data and see what we get. Not overexposing, not playing too many alts, not that bothered for playing too many alts because the order books are shocking anyway. They've all been destroyed, so they're actually not giving, you know, a lot of alts are not really giving too much edge, and that's what we like to trade, isn't it? You know, if an order book looks shit, leave it alone, don't trade it, just trade the bigger stuff. BTC, or, you know, ETH, Sol, Su, good order books. Teo, good order books. Actually, STX, has that found any bid? No, I've been watching STX last couple of days as well, see if it found some bid. Not too good. Is the hat staying on with Whiff? Whiff, it's just following everything else, really is. Similar to Popcat and some of those others, the order books are really, really shit on them. So we'll have to see what we get. Close to getting fills. I think you got filled. Yeah, I've filled down here. I've filled down here. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I'm happy down here, really. You know, I'm not gonna chase shorts down here, to be honest. You know, I don't like to say. I hate when people get bearish in demand zones like this. It's fine, I guess, because the chart looks shit, but I'd rather kind of like sit out and relax and then wait for my edge to evolve and then say, yeah, I'm going to get long. I'd rather, why does no one get bearish at highs and say, this is shit, funding's high, open interest high, you're all retards, this is going lower. You know, and then get bearish up there. I don't know. Crazy, isn't it? Human psychology. Anyway, yeah, 85 at the minute. Double ratios on spot. Double ratios on Coinbase Pro with a 90. Okay, so look, this for me is a trade. This is a long trade. If we're wrong, it's very, very easy invalidation. Yeah, we use these order blocks as invalidation. You want to be a little bit below there. It can come down and fill this zone. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get, you know. Most spot exchanges quite full. Yeah, Perps has gone to a 48-50 ratio. Again, double walls here. That wall's only just come in. Not sure how big that is. It's probably not too big. Yeah, let's have it. Let's have it. I think it's Bulls' turn now. Bears have had it. The Bears have had it really, really good for the last couple of weeks, haven't they? The shorts have been great. If you know, even if you're just trading, you know, regardless of your bias, and especially if you can put your bias to a side, which I like to try and do, the shorts have been so good, to be honest, and especially on ETH. Especially on ETH. When you can short or get in a trade and get an instant reaction like that for a day trade, that is really what you want. It really is. And BTC obviously as well, but you know, it really is what you want. You know, the best for kind of like, that's the best for day trading. The worst for if you're day trading is obviously when you get in these trades and they kind of like hang around, test more demand. They're there for a few hours. You kind of know you're right. You're in the demand. You're in the demand zone. You're kind of thinking you're right. You've got an easy invalidation, but people kind of overthink it sometimes. And then what will happen is you'll get time capitulation where price doesn't quite move in their direction. People will over leverage. Okay, so price might move down a little bit. They'll start sweating because they'll think, fuck, you know, I'm too high. My liquidation's down here somewhere and it's going to move. And you know, but just lower that leverage. You don't need much leverage in these environments when price starts to move, which is good, I think. You know, the last couple of weeks, we haven't actually moved that much. You know, if you look at a 4-hour chart, we haven't moved that much. We're starting to move now. We're starting to get that volatility back. So it's really, really nice. You're not going to need that high leverage at all. Just relax, get in, get good risk management, and we'll see what we get here. What's yeah, I don't really trust Bitstamp, to be honest. Yeah, Coinbase Pro, nice. Perps, nice. If we drop lower, it's easy invalidation here. It's really easy invalidation here. And of course, I'm not on the timeline on Twitter or any of the social feeds, but of course, as we come down here, you've probably got everyone screaming for a lot lower. Short in this low zone. Let's have a look at what volume's doing. Yeah, you probably got a few shorts coming in here. As you know, the bigger boys volume wise, you know, I think they've done the damage. Yeah, not too bad. Let's have a look. We'll keep looking at alts and stuff. We will keep looking at alts and stuff, but I tell you what, yeah, it's very relaxing. It's a nice way to trade when you come to these zones. Like on Friday when I did my short on BTC, I told the lads as well in the Discord, I said I didn't even execute well on that short, to be honest, because I've been away from desk, come back to desk. I want a short position here, right? I'm just gonna have to do it. Mentioned to the guys that, you know, Perps have lowered the walls. I think BTC's done here. But it's very, very nice when you are relaxed in your trading. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't look at this and say, right, this is the BTC bottom, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to long this, I'm going to long this, I'm going to long this. Okay, it's not the way it works. BTC could easily come down another 1.5% here, and your shitcoin's going to nuke another 5%, and then you're just wrong in the direction, double the amount, and it doesn't look good, does it? Explain to your partner why you got liquidated again. Nah, you should never get liquidated in zones like this. Very, very easy to manage. What is everything else doing? Same as Bitcoin, isn't it? That's why I really wanted to concentrate on Bitcoin today. I've got Rune up there, and I don't know why. It's been absolutely shocking. Tried a long on Rune the other week, thinking it might have some kind of decent reversion, and it's not whatsoever. BNB, order books, a little bit dead. Aave has been getting some bid, but its chart is a little bit messy. Is my favourite frog getting any bid? No, it's absolutely dead. Like roadkill. Oh, Jesus, Sat's finally moved then. I think one of the guys pointed this out in the Telegram earlier. Yeah, I mean, these are worth trading. I think Mask looks similar, doesn't it? It's worth trading this zone, whether it's plunge protection or not. I mean, this chart hasn't moved in about 2 weeks. So, you know, if you're of the frame of mind that Bitcoin's potentially going to move up a little bit from here, then you might get a little bit more juice out the tank from these as well. Mask is holding, and ACT as well has already moved from its perps bid that it was in for ages. Okay, so ACT is a bit of a meme coin. It's kind of doing its own thing, to be honest, here. I wouldn't never ever chase this up. You need to be down in the demand zones there. Let's have a look at others, because I know Toncoin was really bid as well. Absolutely filled all its bid now. Okay, so yeah, filled all its bid. Not much to see there on perps. NIA was looking good. I was watching NIA last week? It was reacting very, very well to some of the demand zones last week. Here. And then there was one back here, I believe, as well. I'm on a 5 bloody minute chart, aren't I? But yeah, I mean, it's just doing the same as everything else now, isn't it? Let's have a look. Fetch AI. Filled all its bid. This is what I mean. So when earlier I was talking about altcoins filling those demand zones, okay, and really filling those order blocks, this is kind of what I mean, really, to be honest. Altcoins can do this. So whereas BTC and ETH, some of the bigger assets, can come down to these levels, fill or hold these levels, and then you get a reversion up, and you can kind of use these limit orders or resting order blocks as your defense. Okay, so you want your stops under here. With some of the altcoins, they can actually do this. They can deviate below, take all that liquidity, and then move up. Some of these lower altcoins, you know, they'll do that all day long, to be honest. Let's have a look what else is going on. I'm just gonna flick through some of the others. Absolute, yeah, some of these alts are just shit. There's really, Render's not done much for a while, has it, either? Storgy, let's have a look at Storge. Yeah, not a lot to say, is there? Trust Wallet was well bid the other week, wasn't it? Was it on perps? I can't remember what it was on. I think it's filled its levels. It was probably a good short up at that zone. Absolute bag of bollocks. Some of these charts are just shit. I'm still, probably like I mentioned the other week, I'm still really... yeah, I'm still just concentrating on the majors, to be honest. It's just more comfortable, more relaxing to trade that way, especially when you're trading 2 accounts and trying to get fills on 2 accounts. You don't want to overdo yourself by trading shitty altcoins that are probably all going to disappear in the next couple of years anyway. Is anything else bouncing more than BTC? No, it's all really, really mimicking, isn't it? Yeah, all really, really mimicking BTC. Did that liquidity come down a little bit more? Let's have a look at liquidity. Did it come down a bit more? Open interest down. This is just a 1 hour chart. So open interest now down and neutral. But you could say on a 1 hour basis it was yesterday before that drop. So that's why I kind of like it on a 4 hour, really. Not much more, hasn't come down much more, as its spot is very nuked, and open interest diddling in the middle there. That is obviously an RSI metric. I do quite like it though. So what we'll do is give it a few mins. Just drop in the chat if you've got any questions, or if there is any altcoins I need to look at, because I might be missing some absolute alpha. And drop in the chat as well if you've got any questions about the console. Obviously free trial below. Get involved. I don't know why you're not already. The amount of people I saw getting bullish on a breakout of Bitcoin on a Friday because it broke a fucking trend line when we were all looking for shorts. Rune, yeah, I think we just skimmed that, didn't we? I don't think there's much edge on it, to be honest, yeah, man. Look, I mean, yeah, I'm not seeing much edge in it at all. No one's bid it. It's unfortunate because I used to like trading Rune. A couple of weeks ago, it was actually printing a bit of an Adam and Eve pattern before this run up here, I think. I mentioned to the guys in the chat a couple of weeks ago, I said, watch Rune, it's probably coming for a bit of a bounce. Since then, it's not done. It's not done a lot, to be honest. It's going to move with BTC here, isn't it? The perps chart, as you can see, is an absolute mess. So you're going to have to look at spot chart, and it's just not really doing much, is it? ENA, let's have a look at ENA. Is that Ethereum name service or something? What an amateur I am. You can tell I actually don't give a shit about the tech. Oh no, Athena. You can tell Nick don't give a shit about the tech and he just trades. What is ENA? What is this? What is that? Is that a coin? it's holding not bad. I mean, I'm gonna have to look at it structurally wise again. It's doing similar things to BTC, isn't it? I mean, the only thing you can do is when you've got shit charts like this, 7 million depth there, is obviously then just go check your volume and stuff. I mean, this is what I mean. We could go look at a TA chart, a 1 hour, 4 hour classic TA chart on some of these coins, but really when it comes down to these kind of sell-offs like we've got on BTC, it really doesn't fucking matter. Okay, you ask yourself what moves price. Okay, bid and ask move price. So I don't care what wave pattern you've got, what Fibonacci, what spider pattern, what crab pattern, fucking unicorn, you can pull it all out your arsehole. Price is only going to move if it gets a bid or an ask. And at the minute, we've got a bit of bid. Okay, so that is what we are playing. Second says, have a look at BCH. God, I've not looked at BCH in forever. So, yeah, I've not looked at BCH forever. It's down only, isn't it? Down only. I mean, I can't bring myself to trade this shit. That was a good short. That's all I'll say. If you're watching BCH, watch the Perps books on Binance. It was a really, really good short the other day. And maybe you want to take a bit of profit now because BTC's finding a bit of demand and it might float up. But as I say, most of these altcoins at the minute, BTC's in control. I'm not watching dominance. Don't give a shit about dominance. I'm watching at this point in time, okay, the bid and ask. Okay, I've got my levels on my TA chart. Obviously, everyone knows that I was watching 90. Up there, wasn't it? 90k, 91.5. I've had that lower liquidity area marked for weeks. Okay, if we come down here, it's where I want a bit of action. But now we're down here, I want to see demand, and that is it. Okay, what moves price? Demand and supply, and that is it. And you see it visually on the chart from the TRDR console. So go grab yourself a free trial from the link below. If you do need a little bit of further education, there's a link for the Art of Data-Driven Market Analysis course as well. Still live and still with 20% off. So go get involved in that. But yeah, I think in fact, I'm not saying anything, but I do like my Coinbase Pro chart. Some of the TRDR OGs will know that I do like this. Probably take the piss out of me because I love my Coinbase Pro chart, but I've loved it forever. I do have it added in, you could call this a fake diamond, but BTC Diamond CB Pro. And I've had that for years and years. Honestly, I've had that in for years, since day one. I'd just like to see when the Coinbase Pro traders are getting involved. So yeah, happy to do a bit of business here on BTC. Absolutely fine. Could take a bit of time. It's the kind of trade now that we're down to this zone at this 85k level. I'm not going to mess about with it. I'm not going to start moving orders. I'm not going to change stops or anything. Stops are under here. If I get stopped out, that's absolutely fine. Okay, it's part of the game. But now that I'm seeing demand, I'm seeing this level here, yeah, I'm going to let the market stop me out. And if it stops me out, then I'll re-review. That's absolutely fine. Other coins, let me see what other alerts I'm getting. So yep, Teo, but you know, no big order blocks there. It's just doing what BTC does. Sue, yeah, again, Sue is getting some demand, but again, order block a little bit lower. So if BTC wants to rotate lower, you just, if you're still up for a bit of upside movement, you're gonna still get a little bit more value. Oh, diamond there as well. Yeah, I'm tempted, but it's, you know, it's a very relaxing day. Like I say, if you just trade BTC and let the market invalidate it. Yeah, load of BTC alerts down here as we can see. Bonk. Not bothered for that. As you can see, order books are an absolute mess, absolute shit show. All right, guys. So look, summary today. Grind this area out. Spot market now at a 90 ratio. My invalidation at the minute is 85k. Doesn't mean we can't go down and fill some of that zone. And I haven't got a stop right on 85k either. Okay, you want your stops below, just under here, yeah. Nice ratios. 90 ratio on spot, 80 ratio and a 76 ratio. So double bands on Coinbase Pro. Double band ratios now coming in. Let me go to, I'm on a 5 minute there. Double band ratios now coming in on perp. So this is your working area, okay? Let's see what we get today. I think it is in the shared alerts, I think. I'm sure it is. I can share it with you now, though. But basically, any of these alerts that I've tweaked, I'll share it with you now. It's all it is just BTC USD there. You could just do it to your own. I'll share it in here, but obviously if you don't want to mess your alert up, just add CB Pro in. But I do prefer the USD at the minute. I don't know what kind of volume USDT do, but I don't think it's massive. So USD, you want spot USD. But yeah, just add it in. Yeah. So yeah, nice double ratios on perps. Okay, so summary for today. If there's no more questions, if there is, drop them in. I will timestamp this afterwards, but it's going to be only a couple of timestamps on this because we have concentrated on BTC. Big ratios coming in on perp, so I want to be long down here. It looks like it might be a little bit of a battle and not a straight V shape up. Okay, 750 million aggregated depth, not bad. Volume on a 5 minute time frame coming up, so slight bullish divergences on a 5 minute as we get the cluster down there, so not bad. I certainly don't want to be chasing shorts into this zone. That is the only thing I want to stress. I'm not bothered for shorting anything else down here, even if we nuke this current demand and drop further. That's absolutely fine. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to get more value lower. 15 minute I don't think is going to show us, and I have got obviously a slightly slower look back on this, some of you guys will know, but yeah, 15 minute no divergences but open interest nuked and the like. Let's have a look at them deltas quickly again. Yeah, deltas all pretty nuked. Let's have a look. As funding gone negative? Yeah, let's have a look. We've got funding there. No negative funding, but it's pretty chilled as open interest comes down. So that is pretty much summary for BTC. Don't want to apply risk onto many other alts when BTC's battling this demand zone, okay? Stock market is not looking too hot despite the Dixie coming down. Just bear in mind that, yeah, you know, we could come down further. Your biggest level, I said to the guys in the chat earlier, your biggest level in this zone is still this 78k, okay? But it don't mean it's going to go there in one clip. I think I said that right at the beginning, didn't I? Okay, so it might be the case that you bounce here, okay? You go up to that 93, yeah? You go up to that 93, which is your previous, let me show you on here. You know, maybe this would be brilliant. This would make for brilliant trading. Okay, so this is what Nick wants, but Nick doesn't always get what he wants. I'd like a bounce. And then I'd like to at least, if we're going to go macro bearish, I'd like to at least pull up to this zone here, which is previous range value area low. I'd then like to see if that turns into resistance. Okay, if that turns into resistance and we get more supply there, I'm going to close longs and TP and short the shit out of that right back down in the hope that we get a giga nuke even lower. Okay, if we get a giga nuke now and we just come straight down, I'm going to get stopped out of these current longs, okay, invalidation below here. I'm going to get stopped out of these longs, and I'm just going to look a little bit lower. But certainly from last Friday, TP on the shorts, and just looking for a bit of risk on now, as we're in the demand zone. Okay, guys. So yeah, we'll call it a day there. If there's any questions that you have forgotten about or anything, nice ratios there. Thank you very much, Coinbase Pro. If there's any 78k, yeah, I mean, look, you know, as traders, I don't care. You've just got to get it. Sometimes you've just got to get in the trade. You know, you'll have people calling for lower, calling for higher. You've just really got to relax, read the data, not over leverage, manage your risk, and just sometimes you've just got to get in the trade. 78k might come, but what's your timing on that? You know, what is your timing on that? It's like everyone calling for $200,000-$300,000 Bitcoin. Great if you're just a comfortable spot holder for the next foreseeable future. But if you're a trader like us and you like to trade these intraday moves, then get involved. You've just got to get involved and play the trades, you know. You'll never really hear me calling for levels that are absolutely miles away. I couldn't give a flying fuck. I'm just trading what I see day to day. Maybe a bit of take profit, manage that risk, have a really lovely sleep, wake up the next day and see what we get, you know. So we'll call it a day there. If you've got any other questions or anything, Drop them in the Discord or the Telegram chat. Still around in those, in the TRDR console Discords and chats. Let's send this back up. Let's give the bears a bloody nose, and then we will review if we go up. All right, guys. But look, I hope everyone has a great day, and I will update more videos and stuff. So I had a little bit of a week off last week, so a video update this morning. More videos come on Thursday, and then obviously more live sessions as well. And what I'm going to try and do is more live sessions on maybe X, Twitter, and YouTube as well, which are those chilled sessions where it's more text chat and music and stuff. I think we could all do a few more of those as well while we've got a live feed of the price action. All right, guys. So look, hope you all have a great day. Now that we've got volatility back, I think we're in for a good week, okay? Volatility, despite last week's short on Friday that we took, I hope everybody took that short. Despite that volatility, when it instantly came down, we've actually not had that much volatility, I do have to say, okay? I think it's been a good trading environment the last couple of weeks, I do think, all right? But moves have been quite subdued. So let's hope for some volatility this week and have a good one. Cheers, guys.